We traveled the United States full-time with our 4-year-old, and he has seen more in his lifetime than I ever did in my entire life before RVing. There's a difference between traveling full-time in an RV and living in one that's stationary. Traveling takes much more effort because, to be blunt, moving day sucks, but it is so rewarding. So if you were ever thinking about traveling full-time in an RV, you should check out this video because this is a breakdown of our moving day. We woke up at 8 this morning and we immediately started packing up. I took down our inflatable patio while my husband put everything from outside into the toy hauler. There are so many things to put away that you wouldn't even think about. We have chairs and bikes and a griddle. We have a clam shelter that is perfect for outside, but that also takes time to put away. So while he's doing all of that, I'm taking care of the inside stuff. I wash any dishes that we have in the sink and I set them out to dry while I put any food that was on the counter in these buckets. My husband is tying down the TV to make sure it doesn't move while we drive, and I'm drying off the rest of the dishes and putting them away. These containers actually make moving day so much easier because we can just fill them and stack them in our garage. I wipe down all the counters to make sure they're clean. This is actually one of the reasons why I don't mind moving every few weeks, because it helps us clean the RV thoroughly so it never really gets too bad. This is a very important step. We vacuum the floors and we sweep under the slides to make sure nothing's under them. We learned our lesson in our last RV. And what do you know? A bunch of toy cars. Good thing we didn't slide the slides with those under. Checking the next slide, and yep, there's a cap. Now the kitchen and living room are ready to slide the slides in. I love this RV because all the slides are separate. Our last RV, they all went in at the same time, but this is better because we can do one room and slide it in. I had to take the trash out. This is one of my least favorite parts of RVing, is having to bring your trash to the dumpster. But if you don't mind touching trash and dumpsters, this is the life for you. When I got back to the RV, I started on our bathroom, I put everything on the floor, and I locked the door in place so it didn't open while we were driving. And then I took everything off of our counters and put them in the drawers. This RV has a ton of storage compared to our last, so it's really not that bad. This is necessary to make sure your things don't go flying all over the bathroom while you're driving. Then I head into our bedroom and pick up any clothes or miscellaneous items that are on the floor or on the counters. Another not so fun part of RVing is laundry day. Honestly, I've been using SudShare because I really just don't want to go to a laundromat and sit there for hours. So we pay $1 per pound, they come and pick up our laundry and drop it off nice and folded, and all we have to do is put it away. That's why there are 4 bags of clothes, because we wait a while in between laundry orders. It's surprising how big our closet is and how many clothes we have, because even with waiting a week to 2 weeks between cleaning, we still have plenty of clothes. Then we slide our bedroom slide in. The last thing I do inside is Riker's room, and that's because I let him stay in his room and play with his toys while we pack up. It's helpful to keep him out of the way so it makes it easier for us. He is super helpful though, and he always wants to help slide the slides in or pack up his toys before we leave. And then of course you have to check under the slides, because this is where toys get stuck and it messes up the floors. Here's where Riker comes in. He's sliding it in for me. All right, here it is, the crappy part. Literally crappy. It's so bad. This is one of my least favorite parts in addition to the garbage. So I stand and look pretty while my husband does it because ew. These are our sewer hoses. This is how we dump the water out of our toilets, showers, and sinks. We pack them all up into the poop box and then they go into the back of the truck. We are almost ready to leave at this point. We're getting so close. And just for time reference, we woke up at 8 in the morning and we didn't pull off until 11:30. Thank goodness for my husband already knowing how to tow when we decided to do the RV life, because yeah, I don't think I could ever do that. And after all of that, 3.5 hours of packing up and sliding in and getting ready, it's finally time to head to our next campsite. Our friends and family just don't get it. They always ask us why we travel full time instead of just staying stationary in our RV. And I always have to remind them that the other day I posted our moving day routine, and it was everything that we did on the inside and outside to pack up our campsite before heading to the next park. So I guess that means this is part 2 of moving day, everything we do once we arrive at our new park. The first thing my husband does when we get to a site is he either pulls in or backs into the site that we're at. We have to make sure that we're straight and close to all the hookups. Then we lift the RV up from the truck and make sure that it's clear so I can pull the truck away. It's pretty self-explanatory on this model. We just push a button and the legs extend. And then when it's up enough, I hop in the truck and pull it to the other side. This RV has an auto leveling system, so it's really easy. We just click the button that says auto level and it does it for us. And while that's happening, we get all of our hoses and cables ready so we can hook everything up. The first thing we hook up is the electrical cable. My husband is doing that right now. And then he sets up the sewer hoses and the water hose for fresh water. It really depends on how much driving we did that day. That determines how much we unpack inside. If we had a quick drive from the last park, then we might set up everything inside to make it perfect how we like it. But I would say typically, because moving day is a long day and it is exhausting, we usually just take things out as we need them. So for example, the food and kitchen stuff that were in the bins, we'll kind of just leave there until we need something. Same thing with our stuff in the bathroom. It's not really important to put everything out. We kind of just take it out as we need it. And then by the second day, everything is out anyway. So then the last part is just to slide all the slides out. This part is really satisfying to me. I don't know, it just transforms the whole place. I think it's so cool how it can be all smushed in and driving down the highway, and then you push a button and literally 90 seconds later, it's all slid out. Riker loves helping with this part. He is such a big help, and by the end of it, we are all hot and sweaty and ready to go to the pool.